Hello, Eagle's Eye. I'm Craig Lacey here with Howard Scott to talk about Black History is American History. How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Appreciate you being able to come out. So what is this special event?
This special event is a very powerful educational opportunity for all who view or show up at our event. Now, there's a couple of components. So one is on February 1st through the 29th, because it is a leap year, we're going to have a museum available to the general public at no charge to come and witness American history is, Black history is American history. So when we talk about Black history is American history, in order to get to that, you have to have white people who help Black people to get to freedom.
Right. So
we're going to have on stage depiction of those abolitionists who helped Black people to freedom. So you may know or have heard a few of them. John Brown, which is one of my favorites. Okay.
All right.
He lost his life at Harper's Ferry because he sought to help people out of slavery and into freedom. Lucretia Mott is another abolitionist who helped us to freedom. In fact, she was caught arm in arm with Frederick Douglass right here in Norristown on after a church service which was at Erie and Swede. Okay,
Wow.
and so that's the museum the entire month long, and then we have two programs, which is ironically starts on Lincoln's birthday, and we all know Lincoln was the emancipator.
Right.
He's the one who signed into law that the end of slavery is here. That was in what, 1863?
About then, correct.
Right, and so his birthday, the 12th of February, is when this all starts here in Norristown, and that's on Friday from noon, 12 noon, the doors open, until 8 p.m. It's a long day, but there's a lot of history that we're going to cover in that day.
That's good.
And so we have a stage where we'll have people of all colors and nationalities depicting those who came before us. So a couple of my white friends, right, they saw what we are doing and they joined in. This is, and I don't know if the camera can get a close-up of this, but this is what we call our Well, I'll Be program. And you'll see that there's characters here. These are all abolitionists, white and Black. And there's a number of people who have no idea the amount of white people who actually helped us to freedom. And so I want to bring that to the stage. I want to bring that and make it alive, make it a part of each and every one of us so that we never forget how we became free.
Right.
Okay, so if it wasn't for the white man, we wouldn't be free. Simple. All right, there's a few that stood up for us, and I'm so delighted to be able to bring that story to our stage.
Awesome. Thank you. Wow. So who came up with this idea and like who runs all of it?
Well, my name is Howard Scott, and I am the executive director of True Reflection Ministries. And what we do, we are a 501c3, and what we do is we seek to grow up a community in the form of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so that people are not sort of like, not knowledgeable about really what happened, the truth of the land.
Exactly.
And so in order to do that, you have to go way back in time, uncover the truth, and bring it way forward, and so that people can take opportunity to learn.
Interesting. So for the little kids and stuff, why is it so important for them to come out?
Oh my God, you should know what I have for the little kids is what we call our Cash for Knowledge program.
I'm familiar with that.
Okay, well let me tell you a little bit about it because I'm so excited. I get excited about when you start talking about educating kids. So let's just say I'm on the stage, I have a wad in my pocket, right? Dollar bills, right? And I ask a question to a 5-year-old.
Right.
And I'm going to say to them, who said, I have a, and before I could say dream, they're already yelling, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King. So I run off the stage, I give them $1, and then I'm on to the next question. So now I might have a question like a little bit harder, who was the person who wrote and directed A Raisin in the Sun. And then they'll be like this, scratching their head, and nobody will say anything. And then I'll get a chance to tell them.
So you get to educate them, and at the same time.
Sometimes somebody might say, well, that was Lorraine Hansberry. Then I go in my pocket, and that's the $3 answer. Yeah, and so I have a ton of these questions that's locked down inside of me, and the audience plays a big role in this, and it's from 5 years old to 17. And there's a whole list of people who have accomplished things, and if they go and they learn these things prior to coming to the event, then the chances are they'll make a day's pay.
Awesome.
Maybe 30 or 40 bucks.
Wow, that's awesome. Education is the key to success.
Yes.
So, like, where will you guys be beginning? Like, what date specifically do you, like, know where you're going to be starting about?
Okay, well, it all starts, as I said, on February 1st, and with the museum, and that'll be located at 212 Cherry Street at the Vance Center.
Okay.
There's 2 floors that they donated and dedicated to this museum. So when you go inside this museum, you're going to see everything from slavery, right from the shores of Africa, where, you know, Africans were captured, put on slave ships through the transatlantic slave trade, brought to America, to the James River, and began to work in the cotton and tobacco fields. Then you'll have things like the Jim Crow and what happened with that. Then you'll have what happened with the Reconstruction. Then you'll have displays that would depict different things that people invented. We had a lot of African Americans who invented items like the ironing board, Sarah Boone.
For real?
Yeah, she invented an ironing board. Can you imagine that? No. My friend Garrett Morgan, he invented this here. This is a gas mask. And people ought to know that a black man invented this gas mask. Now, he didn't stop at the gas mask. Every time you go down the street and you see a traffic signal,
correct,
he invented the traffic signal.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So there's all kinds of things. Jack Johnson, one of my great friends, I call them friends. You know, all these people who I've learned from, they're my friends.
Right.
They teach me, teachers and guides. And so I learned that Jack Johnson, who all I knew about him was that he was a great boxer.
Right.
Right, a fighter, right?
Exactly.
Then I did more research. I found out that he invented this, a wrench. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, so if there's stuff like that we're going to have on display, and so many other things.
Awesome. So there's other items on this table. I have no idea what this is.
Okay.
It's a little interesting. Could you like to show the viewers what that is?
Yeah. This is all a replica. Okay, but this is the actual leg irons that were used when we were caught in Africa. They needed a way to keep us confined until they got us into the slave caverns and then onto the ships. So this was one of the gadgets that was used. And then this is another, what we call a collar. And of course, I could actually put this on. It's kind of heavy, and this is the exact weight, but this would be strung to another one. Right? There would be another chain that'll lock us together, and we would just keep walking until we get onto the slave ship, and then we would be packed like sardines in the lower part of the ship.
Man.
Yeah.
So what is these 2 items right here?
Okay, well, this is this I want to talk about this because by far this man created such a presence of who we are in this country. He's from Jamaica,
right?
And his name became Ism, right? Yeah. So Marcus Garvey, and so it's Garveyism. when you have someone that gets their name to be that deep into American society, where you could be called an ism, it's pretty powerful. He had over 8 million followers.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah, he had purchased a number of ships, which he had the Back to Africa campaign. Wow. This happens to be one of the actual stock certificates, and that's the back of the stock certificate. 1920 is when this was issued.
Wow.
Yeah. And
it's almost 100 years old.
Yeah, almost. And this is actual money. This is real money from the movie coming to America. And so, yeah, this is what this is all about. All right, but real money now. That's from Africa.
Awesome. Wow.
Now my friend just decided not to stay on that wall. Can you pass them over to me?
Here you go.
All right. So now, everybody knows who Martin Luther King was.
Correct.
But they don't know who my friend Bayard Rustin was. Now, Bayard, if it wasn't for him, then there would be no March on Washington, because he was the brains behind it. He was the architect. And the reason why you don't know about him is because he wasn't publicized. And the reason why he wasn't publicized is because he was gay. And he was open with his gayness. He didn't try to hide it. And so people at that time, they didn't accept people who were gay. And so he could not stand with Martin. However, he did do a lot to make sure that the march went on. Yes. And in fact, his partner, Walter, the last name escapes me, but he is going to be one of our guests on the 12th when we open up at the Senate Theater. Walter will be there. He'll be bringing a lot of memorabilia from the 60s and when the marches and all of that with Martin Luther King.
Awesome.
All right?
Awesome. So how many people do you expect to come?
More than the place can handle, but we're going to make sure that we don't overdo it. I would think over the entire weekend, which is the 12th, right, and the 13th, we should have, I would say, more than about 3,000 people that will show up.
All right. Are you excited about this event?
Yes, I'm very excited. People have, who I've spoken to about this, they have really taken this as their own project, and I'm so delighted. You know, people like Ernie Hadrick, who is used to be here at the school. I met him here a number of years ago. And he's helped me tremendously in just making contacts and helping people to get to perform and all kinds of wonderful things.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Okay, I would like to add that this is a concept that time has come for us to all know what the actual history and the truth of the matter is. And you can't do that without including all races. And all cultures, because everyone really had an opportunity to participate in Black history somewhere along the line.
Exactly.
So when it's all said and done, what I'd like to see happen is that people understand who John Brown was, who Garrison was, who Mott was, and how they really had a big part in slavery coming to a screeching halt.
Awesome. How can someone get involved?
Oh, very easily. They can go to our website, and our website is very easy, www.thelivingground.com.
Thelivingground.com.
Thelivingground.com, and there you can sign up one of these sheets to become a whoever you might want to be.
Okay.
You may want to read a poem by Langston Hughes or any character that you might want to put on that stage. We invite you to participate.
Awesome. How can we get your magazine?
Oh my, well, that's also a flipping book kind of magazine. Not only do we publish this in writing or hard copy, but we also have this online. So if you go to our other website, which is, well, let me tell you, the name of the magazine is Reflections, Positive News for a Change Magazine. Awesome. So if you put in PNFAC, that's PNFAC.com, then you'll be able to go back and get all the issues that we've published on this magazine.
Awesome.
And we invite you to participate in the magazine. If you like to write, or if you like to take photography, we invite you to submit your stories, as long as it's positive news. And you're going to then help us to inspire other people to their greatness.
Awesome.
That's what this magazine is about. And this is all done because of our 501c3, which is a nonprofit organization. And we do this because we're geared to do it through the one who sent us here.
Awesome. Where and when? Like, How can you get one of these? Do you just go to the website and sign up for it? Is there a cost or no?
No, there's no cost. All of this is free of charge.
Awesome.
Now, people can make a contribution because that's how we, pay our bills.
Right.
But for the most part, we don't want anyone to miss this opportunity because they don't have any money.
Awesome.
If they want to come in, visit the museum and leave a contribution, that's fine. If they want to go to the website, there's a button up there to donate, that's
Right.
fine. If they want a copy of the magazine, they can even call us.
Right.
I can give out the phone number.
Yes, give it out.
So the phone number is 484-964-4075. That's 484-964-4075. And we can help you if you call anytime and get you a copy of the magazine, get you more information about maybe you want to become a vendor at the event. One of the things that's very, very important and what Martin was working on just before he was assassinated is economic development inside of the neighborhoods. And so from an entrepreneurial standpoint, we have vending spaces available for those who, they might be a craft, maybe they make jewelry, or maybe they sell soap, or maybe they, whatever they might do.
Right.
We have a place for you to display your items and sell your merchandise, or if you're a nonprofit organization, even come on by, bring your literature, we put your table down for you so that you can let people know about what it is that your organization does to heal the community.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And for all the viewers, if you guys want to get more output and more information about these items, make sure to come to his museum. When is it once again?
February 1st through the 29th, and that's at 212 Cherry Street in Norristown at the Vance Center.
Awesome. And what's the other event that you was talking
The other event, it starts at the Center Theater. That's on the 12th.
Okay.
And that's from 12 noon to 8 p.m. And we have a stage, and people are just going to go up on the stage and do what they're called to do, depicting characters. There'll be films all day about the Black experience.
Right.
There'll be music. We picked up a youth jazz group from the school district, and they're going to be performing there.
Beautiful.
And we're going to have so many people just performing, and a grand opportunity to come in and just learn about Black history is American history.
Awesome. Thank you, Howard Scott, for being able to come out this
My pleasure.
afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Craig Lacey. I just talked to Howard Scott about Black history is American history. Back to you, Eagle's Eye.